Let's bring in the playmaker, Michael Irvin, who joins us on the program. Let me start with a poll question, Mike. What do you do if you're Bill Parcells?
Well, Dan, let's be real. And I love the way this has played out because if I remember correctly, when Bill left Miami, I had heard rumblings about him getting back into coaching, and then nothing came of it. Nobody jumped at Bill, and now, this is a good way that Bill could say, I'm just coming back to help a friend. But I believe Bill wants to get back into coaching. That itch is obviously something he wants to scratch still.
Okay, now you heard when he left Miami, and I think he had said a long time ago, you'll never see Bill Parcells coach again. Well, we've seen Parcells go back on his word here. But do you think this was nobody wanted him at his age to run their team as a head coach?
Well, Bill has a great reputation of restoring organizations, I believe, and he's done a wonderful job in building his career that way. But you look at the last two stops and what has gone on, and then you start wondering, okay, Bill was real successful doing what he did in his time and the way he managed, and he managed with an iron hand. And can that still work today? Everybody that I'm hearing and seeing give commentary on it, they speak from the place of, well, Sean learned from Bill.
Yeah.
Sean learned from Bill, so this is an easy thing, and it will work well. Sean learned from Bill. That's all fine and dandy. I look at this. Sean did learn some things from Bill. I look at Sean and Drew. I see the same dude. I see guys that can communicate real well with all guys and can still manage guys that are, hey, let me tell you, already got $40 million guaranteed, so I can't control them and bully them and scare them to do things. I have to connect with them, to communicate with them, because I can't cut them. Let me give you some real here. This is the difference. So, yeah, Bill steps in. There are certain things he can continue going and continue to make them go, but can he connect that way that Sean and Drew connects with the other guys? Man, it's Drew leading the pack, man, when they do that little thing in the dome, come up in the dome, ain't nobody. Think about that. Think about the depth. Drew comes up with that. Drew sits and leads his crew.
Yeah, but Mike, we don't know who's going to be suspended from that defense.
Yeah, and that's all cool. But we talk about that defense. The reality is what makes the Saints go is that offense. That's what I'm worried about.
But what cost him, though, against the Niners was their defense. So you can have a great offense. Everybody has a pretty good offense now. This is going to come down to defense. That's Parcells' specialty. He can let Drew Brees run the offense. He and Spagnuolo.
See, this is what we say, but that's not what we've seen. And I don't know if we speak out of our mind or out of our hearts when we say he can let Drew Brees run the offense. Where has Bill let anybody do anything when Bill was around? I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry that I got to poke your brain and stop letting you just follow the flow that flows down the river and say that everybody else is saying. The reality is, let's say the situation. I say one of my words of the day. I really analyze the situation and see it.
Okay.
And see it, and it's not so smoothly a transition. I'm just telling you, buddy.
Yeah, but Brees is going to run the offense, and Parcells can help with the defense. I don't want Parcells involved in the offense.
It sounds good. It sounds good. You're saying here's an alpha male, which is exactly what Bill Parcells is. Oh, yeah, my alpha male. The same guy that wanted to order the groceries and not just cook them is going to say, hey, go ahead, run something. It's not in his DNA. I'm just giving it to you, baby.
Oh, I know, but Mike, you can't spell Dan without DNA, so that's just some real for you, okay?
Okay, and I will have you to know this. Just watch with me, and let's see how all things pan out. I don't want to say that I'm a seer, but I have 5 eyes, 2 in my head, 3 in my name, and I see all things.
I'm not a seer, I'm a doer. Michael Irvin, the playmaker, joining us in the Dan Patrick Show. Tell me how the Jets situation works out for all involved and it's successful.
You know what? That's the best thing in the world for Tim Tebow to go to the New York Jets. Let's if we don't do anything, let's say the Jets have some players that know how to play football. They know how to play football. They just have an emotional coach in Rex Ryan who knows how to get them riled up to play some football. Now they just need a guy that's a model teammate. A model teammate. No matter how many daggers you throw at him, he's going to throw good love and teammate back at you. Now they can become some good unit.
But why does Revis say they're in disarray in that locker room?
Well, disarray comes about when you got this kind of how things were and all of this, and then here comes a whole nother kind of person. A whole other kind of person. It just means we got people that are bringing in a lot of different things in this locker room.
Do you think it'll
come together?
This is a palace coup, though.
It'll come together.
Tebow eventually becomes the starting quarterback, right?
Listen, this is what I do know.
All right.
At this time, it'll be very difficult. It'll be very difficult for Tebow to step in and become the starting quarterback right now.
Well, not right now.
It really is.
But
it really is.
It won't take long before they start chanting his name.
Well, and let me tell you, Rich. I mean, I'm calling you Rich, Dan. And this is what
I'm Rich, but my name's Dan.
This is what I'm saying, Dan. And this is what we're missing here. And the reality has set in on all positions. The other 10 guys on offense and the other 11 guys on defense deal with what we're trying to worry on how Mark Sanchez is going to handle. They deal with it every year. Every year you step on the field thinking, my job is threatened. That's how you reach.
You're not threatened by Mark Brunell.
But that's how your job is.
No. Now you're threatened, Mike.
That's how greatness is reached. So Mark Sanchez now must deal with this. Now, this is the league, too. This is the league and the press. This man went to back-to-back AFC championship games. Shouldn't even have to deal with this in 1 year that didn't go well for a whole lot of people. Not just Mark Sanchez, a whole lot of people on that defense, too. They were the ones that let Tebow break outside the pocket and won a game. But everybody's throwing all the pressure on Sanchez after in his first and second year AFC championship game. Oh, how fickle we are out here in this world. That's why the genesis of that season, I said the Jets were under so much pressure. Now, Sanchez is a fighter. He's a fighter. He has a fight right now. Get in the fight. And get this. If he doesn't win the fight, it's exactly what Santonio Holmes said. They've been babying him too long and all of these things, and that will come out. So now, if he challenges too much about the fight, then it's exactly what Santonio Holmes said. Oh, you've been babying. You don't want to battle against anyone else. So Sanchez is on fire. We got to see how this thing burn out. That's all. Let's watch it and enjoy it. I think it'll work, though.
Thank you, Mike.
Dan, anytime you need gold, tap my mind, baby. I'll be right here. MIND, MINE.
Michael Irvin, playmaker. MIND, MINE. Got 5 eyes, 2 in my head, and 3 in my name. I feel even whiter every time I talk to you. I have no clue. I miss on half of some of the references there.